Across the UK, a hidden network of scammers preys on African migrants chasing a better life, cheating them of thousands of pounds and shattering their dreams.
Guys, that's £67,000.
Understandable, yeah.
I'm Olarun Kelo, and for the past year, I have been secretly uncovering the UK's visa scam industry.
Are you wearing a wire?
Exposing the scammers wrecking lives.
Just to get to me, girls.
Okay.
I can make you a millionaire pouch.
I'm going to show you the reality of migration no one wants to talk about.
What have I gotten myself into?
The UK, the world's sixth largest economy, faces a worker shortage, especially in health and social care for its aging population. To fix this, the UK has eased immigration restrictions for workers from other countries, including my home country, Nigeria, where jobs are scarce and the economy struggles. Here is how the system is supposed to work. To work in the UK, migrants need a health and care worker visa, which requires a firm job offer from a UK company. But with fierce competition and low success rate, scammers see an opportunity. Enter relocation agents, self-proclaimed insiders who promised fast-track visas and guaranteed jobs. Some agencies are perfectly legitimate, but there are others that charge huge fees and fail to deliver on their promise of a job.
The problem is so widespread that the UK government has issued an advisory. It says if someone charges you for a job, do not pay. But I wonder if many Nigerians are aware of this.
One relocation agency based in the UK called Career Edu caught my eye because of its glittery infomercials.
Welcome to Career Hairdo and the topic, earn above 18 million naira in the United Kingdom without a degree.
At the helm is Dr. Kelvin Alaneme, a Nigerian medical doctor who has worked for the NHS. In the last 4 years, he claimed to have legitimately helped 5,000 migrants start a new life in the UK. On the surface, UK-based Career Edu offers legitimate services like career advice and CV optimization. But to his followers on social media, Dr. Alaneme offers other services which have all the hallmarks of a cash for job scheme. I spoke to some who say Dr. Alaneme scammed them. They say they paid thousands for jobs that never materialized. Praise, now in the UK, says he handed over more than £10,000 only to be left with nothing.
Ended when I came in, there was no job, there was no pay, there was nothing.
But I wonder, how many more victims are out there? And how do these rogue agents get away with it? It turns out that rogue relocation agents charge thousands of pounds for something called a COS, a certificate of sponsorship. A COS is issued by a UK-based employer called a sponsor that confirms a job offer to a prospective worker. This allows them to apply for a UK visa. But how do these complex and illegal scams actually work? I sent an undercover journalist to meet Dr. Alaneme, hoping to find out more. She pretended to have access to UK care homes who have jobs and can issue certificates of sponsorship. Dr. Alaneme seemed very interested and even offered to pay thousands of pounds for each vacancy the care home could deliver.
And we can pay him. I know I can confirm pay him 50K. But so that guy will be like 20K. You understand? That's close to him at this company. So long as we have that exclusivity.
Okay.
And he's able to give it to our people.
Dr. Alaneme said he would sell this slot to aspiring migrants back in Nigeria for a profit.
All I need is just put out the feelers in my community. Maybe we can get like 20 people might apply.
Right.
Look at their CVs and pick the best of the best. And then as soon as they hit, anybody that pays,
And do they pay full upfront or
I
installment?
collect full up for it. I don't want storage.
Charging candidates for a job is illegal in the UK. Dr. Laneme knows he's breaking the law.
Oh, these people are not supposed to pay.
They're not what's
They're
that?
not supposed to pay.
What people?
The candidates.
The candidates are not supposed to be
They are
paying.
not supposed to. Because it's free. It's free.
Dr. Laneme knows many Nigerians are eager to leave the country. It is this desperation that he hopes to profit from.
They are paying because they know it's most likely the only way.
According to Dr. Laneme, the system he has created has its own pitfalls.
Because when I just have done that, just out of greed, they will tell me, oh, I know this employer, they have a care home, and then I collect money and bring people. Maybe the employer does not have jobs. And people are suffering.
Yeah.
I've had some of those encounters, and some of those we encountered, I now try, I am now put under pressure to tell them to find that that can now give them job because they believed me.
Yeah.
They trusted me. And the agents did not do their due diligence. They trusted
yeah.
the agent. So this is a game of trust.
When the system works, the agent and employer get paid, and the migrant gets a job. But when it fails, only the migrant pays the price, risking being stranded in the UK. For more than £10,000, Dr. Laneme promised Praise a healthcare job and a certificate of sponsorship. With a job offer from a care company, Efficiency for Care, in Clacton-on-Sea, Praise secured his UK visa. But the moment he arrived, he knew something wasn't right.
So you come here to have a look at where you're supposed to work, you're excited. And then the excitement turns to confusion. That turns to further confusion. Because at that point, your employer is not forthcoming with information on where you're going to work.
Praise visited Dr. Laneme, who promised to fix the problems. But days turned into months. Praise began to realize he had been the victim of a scam and that there was no job.
I was already running out of funds, and I couldn't really afford to be spending, buying proper meals and stuff. So I had to resort to getting biscuits, buy my custard creams, the cheap ones. Yeah, but I was running out of money.
I wanted to ask him whether Dr. Laneme gave him any indication that his job only ever existed on paper.
No, 100% he didn't. I had known there was no job, I would not have come here. I came here to do a job.
Praise narrowly escaped homelessness, and eventually, almost a year later, he found a job with another care provider, which was willing to sponsor him to remain in the UK. Praise is no longer tied to Efficiency for Care. I looked into Efficiency for Care, the company that sponsored Praise. At the time, according to its financial accounts, it was a small operation with just an average of 152 employees. Then I found something surprising. A letter from the Home Office, which oversees immigration.
This document shows that Efficiency for Care has issued over 1,000 COS to care workers just within a year. However, their financial account shows that it is a tiny company. So why does it need over 1,000 workers from abroad?
In July 2023, UK authorities revoked Efficiency for Care's sponsorship license. The company can no longer recruit from abroad, but continues to operate. Efficiency for Care told us they strongly refute the allegation that they colluded with or had any unlawful financial arrangements with Dr. Laneme. Efficiency for Care believe that they lawfully recruited staff from Nigeria and other countries. They also said they have challenged the Home Office's revocation of their sponsorship license, and the matter is now in court. In London, Dr. Laneme messaged our undercover journalist. He wanted to talk business. We set up a restaurant meeting with a simple plan: earn his trust and expose his operation. Our journalist told Dr. Laneme her care home contact, Eddie, could sell sponsorship certificates, but there was a catch. There would never be a job for the workers once they arrived in the UK.
I want to be honest with you. Eddie is interested in the money. And he will give you the COSs. But I don't think he has the hours. Yes.
I reviewed Dr. Alaneme's response with Carlo Thomas, an ex-Home Office worker turned independent immigration advisor.
I have sold that kind of theory. I've done that kind of business. But for me, I'm always very upfront and honest to my clients. So that they know what they expect. Some of them were in the UK, came in without having, but I told them up front, so they knew. The advantage with having a COS without ours is that you can do any city you want. You can go to Glasgow, you can stay in London, you can live anywhere.
It's hard to know where to start because what Dr. Laneme is proposing means that migrant workers will be in breach of their immigration obligations. And they will be misguided in thinking that that's not going to have any consequences.
Just so I understand. So they will come here to say that, for example, they're going to work as a carer, but they're not working as a carer, they're doing another job. They may do any job.
They may do any job, yeah.
Can they really take on other jobs?
Not in the way that he is suggesting. Additional hours is permitted. It has to still be for the role that they are sponsored for. So a care worker cannot then work as a chef somewhere else. What is being suggested here is to do something that goes against sponsorship, which puts the migrant worker at risk of being in breach of the immigration rules, which could then lead to their visa being curtailed or shortened to 60 days.
Despite multiple requests, UK authorities declined an interview.
They did not give reasons as to why they declined, but the Home Office has sent an email on behalf of the minister, and the statement reads, "The UK government has announced robust new actions against shameless employers who abuse the visa system, with tough measures that will ban businesses who flout UK employment laws from sponsoring overseas workers."
This statement means action will focus on businesses who are breaking the rules so that they can no longer reapply for a license to recruit from abroad. This is a measure against employers. But what happens to migrant workers who are already here in the UK and do not have jobs? Would they be sent home? Would they get justice?
I couldn't help but imagine, what if this is the struggle of someone close to me, and they can't tell me or any other family member because they don't want us to think that they are failed, and they're miles away from home, depressed, and they have to put up a facade to act as if everything is okay. And this is the reality of migration no one really wants to talk about.